Yeah, I just got hired last week, but I think that my first workday isn't gonna happen. r/AskReddit. People who lost their job due to this crisis. What is your story? Construction. The whole construction site was laid off, and with the way things are going, the company owner thinks it'll be at least a year before they consider hiring me back. Started 3 months ago, and that's at least 50 other people affected, just for this site. The company had several other sites that they laid off employees to. I'm just lucky I'm still living with my parents, and dad works his online it for the general public, so he's nice and busy. Edit. Sign everyone and their dog is asking. I'm in Canada, Alberta. The site I was on was shut down by the owner. Beyond that, IDK. And thanks to the bunch of you that offered to help/hire, I was kinda surprised at that. I was laid off from my 5-year graphic design job, working for a screen printing and promotional products company. About half of our business involves schools, sports, and events. Obviously none of that is happening currently, so our business has stagnated. They are going to try to operate with a skeleton crew for the next couple months. The hope is to bring everyone back eventually, but I'm not optimistic. Solidarity. I'm a web developer, pretty much the same industry. Fabric decor, projection screens, giant shade structures, etc. I'm optimistic things will bounce back eventually, and I trust my CEO that I will be called back when that happens. He's always been extremely good to all of the employees, and we are good friends at this point, but I'm not optimistic that it'll happen within the next few months. I'm a substitute teacher. If you are aware that most schools are closing, if they haven't already, then that should explain why all subs are now effectively unemployed. It's unlikely that schools will return during this situation. So yes, thousands of people are out of work just from that alone. Subs don't make salary, so any employee who is hourly or paid by day now needs to scramble. Edit. Because so many people are unsure whether they should file for unemployment or not, and are in a similar situation, being a substitute or a different employee that was hourly or a position that was cut due to our current circumstances. Please do. You absolutely can and should file for unemployment. It may take some time with the influx of applications, but this situation is what that government service is for. I extend my best wishes to everyone and their friends and families. I hope you all stay healthy and hold on to hope. Be smart and safe. I'm too. The staffing service says they are working to see what kind of remote teaching opportunities there will be for us, which won't happen I'm sure. I filed for unemployment, but half of my already measly part-time salary isn't going to help much. More so than money, I'm going to miss the kids so much. I sub at one school and know about 75% of the students very well. This whole situation is incredibly sad and lonely feeling. Just lost it about an hour ago. I'm a restaurant manager and they called me and told me to turn in my keys by the end of the day. I'm in quarantine and can't. They are sending me a ups box so I can send in my keys and told me to file for unemployment. Never expected this to happen to me. I'm in shock. IDK what I'm going to do. Hey, thanks for the well wishes and advice. I live in NJ and I already filed last night. Everyone else in my shoes read these comments. On top of being really sick, it was a kick to the stomach, but we will get through it. My job as a barista was shut down for safety and because nobody is coming in anyway. And my summer job, teaching kids how to swim at a sleepaway camp, is cancelled because the camp decided not to open. While I'm not in danger of losing my house or starving, I'm now unable to afford to continue going to college next semester. Edit. Somebody gave me gold. I don't actually know what that means, since I'm new to Reddit, but I hope whoever gave it, and the rest of y'all, are safe and healthy. I'm a landlord. I'm just saying that up front. Take care of you and your wife first. Buy your food and your meds, feed your pets. I don't know where you live, but many states have placed a moratorium on evictions and foreclosures. I live in CA and right now you cannot even file to evict until May 31st at the earliest. Everyone is scared right now. We are all watching the material part of our lives slip through our fingers. Everyone is frightened, including landlords. Your landlord is worried about her own problems right now. She has bills to pay and markers to cover. She believes that if she puts pressure on you or implies that there is not going to be any grace shown, that you will somehow cough up the rent on April 1st. I have reached out to my own tenant. He knows he will always have a place here. He's a great tenant and I would not evict him or ask him to leave. He has a job for now, but who knows how long that will last. I'm self-employed, not as an investor/landlord. My rental is a tiny add on my property, and right now business is dead in the water. Unemployment doesn't pay much, but it's better than a sharp stick in the eye, which is what all the self-employed people are getting right now. This is going to work itself out. Landlords are going to have to come to grips with the reality that we are all losing our fiscal ass right now, and they are not exempt. So take care of yourself first. Feed yourself. Take care of your needs. If you can pay something in rent, pay it. Your landlady needs money too. But if you cannot, just know that this will keep. The world isn't going anywhere anytime soon. This will work itself out in time. Be well. Wife and I both work in the restaurant industry. Both laid off unpaid indefinitely. She's a type 1, insulin dependent, diabetic, and we've got 2 young kids. We have no idea what we are going to do. Insulin and supplies were already killing us. The thought of not being able to get her insulin is horrifying. Edit. Thank you so much for the kind words and advice. We are applying for Medicaid and SNAP tomorrow and I'll be looking into what the insulin and pump supply manufacturers can do to help. We expected to go to work the last couple days. They decided to close the doors, and I can't blame them. It just sucks. It just sucks that I can't even go out to find a job. A couple of incredible Redditors are going to Venmo us a few bucks to get by, and we are beyond thankful. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay home if you can. My husband got laid off on Tuesday. He works about 3 minutes down the road from my work. He showed up at my work with tears in his eyes, apologizing to me for not doing good enough to be kept. He works at a car dealership as an auto technician, where they let go of 4 techs that day cause of decreasing business. They are letting go of more people this Saturday. My brother is a mechanic there and is scared to lose his job too. They told my husband that when business picks back up, they might call and ask him to come work for them again. Thankfully, I work in the lab of a hospital, so my job is pretty secure. I keep telling my husband that we'll get through it, but I know it's taking a toll on him. I was working at McDonald's, recovering from my college debt, which for the past 3 years of graduating yielded nothing. I've applied to all of 5 vet clinics in my area, and 4 years it's been a struggle. I'm highly qualified, but there's just no openings. 2 weeks ago I had an interview that I was overly enthusiastic about as it was my dream job and dream location. They hired me on the spot. Day 4, my uncle who apparently had the virus succumbed to it. I told my new-founded employer I needed a couple days off to deal with my uncle's passing due to the virus, and they terminated me on the spot. I was so pissed off, I raised my hands to the sky, calling upon every living being to grant me some energy. After about 15 minutes, it was ready. A perfect sphere of energy above my head, and I had complete control over it. Enraged, something came over me, and I shouted "Spirit Bomb" and hurled it at my potential employer / the building. Everything was destroyed. F&B manager at a large hotel. GM and ours gave me a list of employees to call and inform them that they would all be furloughed. It was the hardest thing I've had to do in my life. I had to stop halfway through the list just to sit in my office and cry. I had to encourage grown men and women that everything would work out and be okay when I had no idea myself if or when it would be. I went to work this morning, worked my normal 10 hours, then I was laid off at the end of the day. I cried again on the way home. I just finished my training as a flight attendant for a major European airline. It's been a dream of mine, and I have been putting my love and energy into this training for the past months. I'm in Cancun right now, and it's bittersweet because it's absolutely beautiful here, but at the same time this was my last training flight. I'm now a fully trained flight attendant, and yet no one knows when me and my other new colleagues will actually be getting our work contract, since the airline industry is suffering a lot right now. I think I will cry when landing back in Frankfurt tonight, because I don't know when will be my next flight, but I will put on a brave face and genuine smile for our passengers. At least I will do my best. I haven't been laid off, but I answer for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, and we are having so many calls where someone is thinking about killing themselves because they were laid off. It's absolutely awful. I have no answers for these people, and I wish I had the power to provide for them. Hey, I also answer calls for Lifeline and the Disaster and Distress Helpline. It's freaking rough on the lines right now. Sending you lots of support and love. I've called you people. A call I'll never forget. The helpies, why I'm here today. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos. Stay safe and wash your hands.